Notebook LM in Action. I'm Hewie Poplock, exploring online communities with AI-powered research. In this digital age, research isn't just about collecting information, it's about organizing it, making sense of it, and turning it into insights. This is where Notebook LM comes in. Developed by Google, Notebook LM is an AI powered research assistant designed to help users synthesize information from multiple sources, asking complex questions about their notes, and generate summaries, outlines, and new ideas, all within a single interactive workspace. Whether you're a student, content creator, or just someone exploring a new topic, Notebook LM can make research more efficient and meaningful. To demonstrate how Notebook LM works, we're going to walk through a sample research project on the topic of online communities and user groups. This topic is not only relevant to how we interact on the internet today, but also serves as a great example of how diverse sources, from academic articles and blog posts to forum threads and white papers, can be pulled together and explored in one place. We'll see how Notebook LM helps identify patterns, highlight key insights, and assist in drafting content based on what we discovered. By the end of this presentation, you'll not only have a clearer understanding of how online communities function, but also how you can use Notebook LM to deepen your research to any topic that sparks your curiosity. This is my Notebook LM. We're going to tell it to discover some articles. We could upload sources, but we're going to tell it to go ahead and discover from an input that we're going to give it. And it's going to ask, what are we interested in? And this is what we're going to put in there. The history and the importance of computer user groups. What's their future? And I hit submit. It now goes out and finds articles and does the research for me. It's going to pick out a bunch of articles. I can either accept them or not. I'm going to accept everything that's there, and we're just going to tell it to go ahead and import. It's going out and finding articles, whether they be pages or PDFs. There are 3 there that they couldn't find, and so they just marked them in orange. So they did find 10 sources for us for our article. Now, besides finding the 10 articles, it gave a paragraph that's a summary of all of the information in those 10 articles. I wanted to ask it some more information to fill in what I thought was missing. So I said, what were some of the important computer user groups? And it added more information for me. I looked over the information that it gave me, and then I wanted a little bit more, so I started to type in. I then asked it, what role did APCUG play in the user group movement? It then popped up with more information for me, answering my question. The numbers in the gray circles indicate the source the information is from. Then I asked if APCUG was still active. This is the information it gave me back, saying yes, it was. I clicked on the timeline button and it gave me a button that I pushed, and then it shows me the detailed timeline of events. I came across an article on the web that I wanted to add into my sources. So what I did is I copy and pasted it, and then it added it to the list of sources. So now we have 11 sources there. I found another article and I added its URL and it added it to the list. I also added the About page on the Sarasota Technology User Group website. I asked it to update my results since I added 3 more articles to my sources, which it did. Notebook LM can also create a podcast with 2 people discussing, a male and a female, discussing the information that's contained in the notebook. And we're going to tell it to create it right now. It takes a while to create it, but it's 24 minutes long, so we're certainly not going to play it right now. I then told it to create a study guide, which it did. Here's what we got when I opened up the study guide. There's also a briefing guide you can click, and it creates a note. Let's take a look at it. Mind map is a visual tool used to organize information, ideas, or concepts around a central topic. It's like a diagram that starts with one main idea in the center and then branches out into related subtopics, which can further branch into smaller details. And mind map is a part of Notebook LM. While a mind map really isn't part of this research project, we can demonstrate what a mind map would look like for this. And by clicking in various spots, you can see that it extends and expands as we go. We can expand that mind map one more level. We'll take a close look at the different topics. We'll click on one of them. And it will then give us a more in-depth view of that particular item. We're able to read what some of that information is. We're expanding the information and research to the notebook that we're working with and expanding it and adding more information that'll be relevant in our final report. As you can see, Notebook LM has given us a great amount of information that it has gleaned from the various articles and the various buttons that we have pushed to make a lot of information available to us that'll be relevant to our ending document. I'm giving you a chance to read a little bit of the information that it found in that one piece of the mind map. The site notations are an important part of Notebook LM. By clicking on a number that's in the gray circle, it takes us to the citation, and then we can click on that citation and it will actually show it to us. It not only shows us the article, but it also highlights the area in which reference came from. Now it's time to finalize our article and save it. So let's take a look at what we do. First, we're going to come up with a prompt. Here is our prompt. Using all of the uploaded sources and notes, write a research style article on the topic of online communities and user groups that's designed for a general audience who are new to using Notebook LM. The tone should be friendly, clear, and conversational, like you're explaining it to a curious group at a community meetup. Include an intro, key takeaways or trends, a few interesting examples, and a conclusion. Keep it engaging and easy to follow, avoiding academic jargon. Include section headings to help guide the reader. While I was reading the prompt to you, it created the entire article, including citations. And at the end of it, we can click on copy. Let's open up Word and then paste the article that we just copied right into Word and then save it. Our final research article is 3 pages in Word with highlighted areas like we asked, and it formatted well for us with a conclusion at the end. Notebook LM does save our information, so if we go back another time to that particular notebook, all of the information is there and we can continue or make changes to what we want to do. Let's take a look at the final document and some excerpts from the podcast that was created using Network LM.
The typical structure involved regular monthly meetings and those informative newsletters.
Yeah.
The meetings offered a wide range of benefits. Presentations by vendors showing off new hardware or software, raffles, always popular,
Always.
specialized interest groups, access to early bulletin board systems, BBSs, which were sort of the precursors to online forums, shareware libraries on floppy disks, and even larger regional events like Trenton's Computer Fair.
Nerds finding nerds.
Yeah. And they were generally known for being welcoming to newcomers, no matter their level of technical expertise or background. You didn't have to be a wizard to join.
But it's interesting that the Association of PC User Groups, APCUG, still exists as a resource for the remaining groups. It was founded way back in 1986 to help improve communication between the different groups.
APCU continues to offer workshops, a speakers bureau, and newsletter articles, showing that the core spirit of these groups hasn't entirely faded away.
Mm-hmm.
And there are still some long-standing groups out there, like the Toronto Pet Users Group and Washington Apple Pie, which makes a strong case that the future of community is undeniably online. And they present some compelling reasons for this, building on everything we've discussed.
The most obvious one is that online communities completely break down those geographical barriers that were inherent in the old in-person user groups. You can connect with people who share your specific, maybe obscure interests, no matter where they happen to be in the world. Your tribe is global now.
And this evolution is constantly being shaped by trends like hyper-personalization, the increasing role of AI, and underneath it all, that fundamental human desire for connection, whether it happens face-to-face or through our screens.
I am Hewie Poplock. This has been Notebook LM in action, exploring online communities with AI-powered research.